The Orchard, the everyday story of country fruit. Miriam Picton has called on Alison Towbridge at the hotel and shown her an apple.
Let me get this straight, Mrs. Picton. Please call me Miriam. You're offering us a special price to supply the hotel with apples like this one for the next 23 years. Yes, it has to be 23 guaranteed for the bank to lend us the money, which will enable us to pay for Squire the money my husband's uncle, old Zek, borrowed from him when he ran the place into the ground. I see. People do like apples, and your orchard was famous for them before things turned sour for your husband's uncle. You won't get a better deal anywhere else on apples. Well, if you don't mind my butting in, I'd say we'd all be better off with bottled plums. I beg your pardon? This is my mother-in-law, Betty Towbridge. She's staying with us for a while. Actually, I'm living here now. My Tony told me straight, Mother, he said, you can't possibly go living in that big house all by yourself when we run an hotel. It's madness. Sensible thing to do is sell up and move in with us. Well, that's not quite how it was, and I bottle plums, always have. I'm going to suggest to my Tony that he plants some plum trees in the grounds. The guests will love them. But my apples... Napplewick is famous for its apples, you know. It's a traditional thing around these parts, Betty. How long since the last crop? Well, it has been about 3 years. Well, it's not much of a tradition then, is it? Bottled plums, that's the future for our hotel. Our hotel? That woman will drive me mad. So, my apples? Can you supply apples for 17 guests by tonight? No. Then it's no good, is it? Betty will have her way, and Tony will take her side, as always.
Polish my surfaces today, Mrs. Bidderdale. I have an important guest.
Oh, yes, Canon.
The bishop, no less.
The bishop? Well, no. And my dad reading the lesson tomorrow. He'll be tickled pink when I tell him the bishop will be there.
Ah, well, I'm not sure His Grace will be here for the service tomorrow.
Oh, I think he should be made too. Why is he coming then?
Well, between you and I, there is a vacancy at the cathedral for a canon, and I can only wonder if...
Oh, well, it's about time you left.
I beg your pardon?
You deserve it. The way you deliver a sermon.
Oh, well, I do try to inspire.
Everyone says.
Oh.
How you can talk on and on and on, scarcely drawing breath hour after hour. Well, it's a miracle to all of us.
Scotch, please, Tony. You're working here now.
Just for a while, Dr. Clark, until Mother settles in.
You don't fancy it full time, hmm?
No. Agricultural machinery's in my blood. And now Mother is here to help Alison. I needn't feel so guilty. It's not like you to be drinking at lunchtime, Doctor.
I've had a very difficult day. Is that your mother?
Yes.
She seems familiar somehow.
She's not from Yodelbreitshire.
Well, I see so many people.
I thought I might hit the road again next week, Alison.
You can't.
We need the money.
We don't. Not if you stay and help me. Our dream was to build a place we could work in together, Tony.
Well, you've got Mother to help now.
I wish she would not interfere. Now she's bottling plums.
Perhaps if I explained about talking things over first. Sharing decisions, not steamrolling ahead.
You can try.
All right. Listen, Alison. If you discussed the apple idea with Mother first, she would have told you about the prizes she's won at village fetes for bottling fruit. Share ideas with her first, and then, through discussion, she can point you in the right direction if needs be.
I meant explain to her, not me.
Oh. But she knows what you're like. She told me.
It was her, I tell you, May. I knew it was.
Calm down, Nick. You're near hysteria. I'll open the window. Let some fresh air in.
Never mind the fresh air. It was her.
Who?
When will it end? Wasn't sacrificing a glittering career in surgery, say it again. Wasn't sacrificing a glittering career in surgery enough? Haven't I devoted the last 10 years to the quiet life of a country doctor? 10 years, May, and not one patient has died under suspicious circumstances. Not one.
You mean this woman is from Heidelthorpe?
No. She was a relative of the deceased. She attended the inquest. Why is she here? Why?
It might be coincidence.
Even if it is. She's bound to come to the surgery sometime. Then she will recognize me.
Chin up, Nick. Everyone knows you here and respects you. They won't listen to her lies, even if they are true.
So it's all over? The bank will not lend us the money now. Oh, it was a good idea, Miriam, but we must face it. It's over.
But I've been thinking, Jeff. Your uncle ran this place into the ground. He was down to his last few apples.
Exactly.
So what did he need the money for? Why did he borrow it? He hasn't spent it on the orchard.
Well, he didn't have time. He was going to plough up Southfield and plant 100 new trees, as well as combining the bottom field with the top field to make a big middle field. He told me in his letters.
But he didn't, because he died.
Well, don't be too hard on him. He didn't mean to.
But if he didn't spend it, where's the money now?
It must still be here. We must dig up every corner of the orchard, take the house apart.
Or we could just ask the solicitor for a copy of the bank statement.
Good afternoon, Cuthbert.
Bishop, welcome to my humble abode.
It's a very nice abode.
Oh, thank you.
Very shiny surfaces. This is Dr. Mandible, the new vicar.
Oh, pleased to meet you. The new vicar of where?
Why, here, of course.
Here?
You did get my letter?
Only the one about calling today.
Oh, dear. Never mind. I'll explain it now. Shall we go in? I'd like to have a look around.
Bishop, I'm such a fool. Of course we shall need a new vicar here, if I am to move up.
Up? I see. Yes, well, I knew you'd see the sense in it. Where will you go? Somewhere up north? By the seaside?
I'm sorry?
Where will you retire?
Retire?
Well, you are 78, you know. Time to make way for the younger man.
You're 82.
Yes, but I've not got a younger man to make way for, have I?
Not yet.
Settling in, Mother?
I'm bottling plums.
Alison said, yes, just like the old days.
When I lost my savings on that foolish investment you advised me to make,
I didn't exactly,
and I had to sell up and come here, I thought the humiliation would be too much to bear.
You mustn't feel humiliated, Mother.
Oh, I don't. Not now. Not now I can see how much this place needs me. Oh, I'm worth my weight in gold, that's what I am. Besides, I saw someone tonight. Didn't recognise him at first. Then the penny dropped.
Dr. Clark.
Oh, asking about me, was he?
He thought he knew you from somewhere.
Yes, I dare say his penny's dropped now, too. He owes me, and he's going to pay. Oh, yes. I shall be making a call on him. First thing Monday morning.
What lies between Dr. Clark and Tony's mother? Will Miriam and Jeff find the money they need to save the orchard? Is Napplewick to have a new vicar? The writer this week is Helena Duckley. The fruitery consultant is Professor Max Graviter. And the editor is Silas Haverstock. The orchard is set in a non-specified geographical location.